Feel me? Let's push female battle rap. But yeah, that's it. Like I don't got no smoke for the winner. I don't got no smoke for none of the ladies, but that panel could eat a cock. Word.
Yo, what's good? What's going on, man? Salute to everybody tuning into the channel, man. It's your boy Acito, man. I definitely wanted to spin the block with the whole WOTY conversation, because for a couple days, after the WOTY is announced, there's a lot of complaints. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of bitching and complaining, man. But I will say this, man. It wasn't really much this year. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't hear. Well, let me say this. I only heard it coming from one specific camp. Okay, and we're gonna talk about that. But I just want to shed some positive, light and love to everybody on the panel. Salute to Duchess. This was her first time on the panel. Found out some really, really intriguing information when it comes to Duchess, bro. She's been in battle rap for decades, bro. Like decades. She used to do media with Norbs back in the day. Very, very respected and knowledgeable from people around the culture. Like I've seen Duchess for, quite some time, and I thought she was just somebody that was just a fan of the culture. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't understand this, like the severity of like how deep her ties is in the culture, bro. Like that was dope, bro. And I was glad to see that she kind of got a moment to kind of, get herself out there, her brand, and get people kind of familiar. I know a lot of people were kind of like a little reluctant of her being on there, kind of like, I don't know, like this chick kind of, because I ain't gonna lie, me personally, like when I heard Duchess was going to be on there, I was just like, I vocally, not vocally, but I see kind of like who she likes, but I've never really seen her, be out there like super vocal. And maybe we don't follow each other or our content don't really cross paths as much, but I just was a little unsure. Like I didn't want it to be another situation like salute to Nikki, how like Nikki was on a panel. You know what I'm saying? Nikki was on there, but she didn't really like, I feel like Nikki was too quiet. She didn't really add too much to the WOTY conversation. You know what I mean? And I think that ends up happening when you're new, you're nervous, you don't want to say the wrong thing and stuff like that. So I was just like, damn, you kind of need somebody that's going to really enforce shit like a Lola. Because when I found out Lola wasn't doing it anymore, I was like, damn, that was somebody that spicy, you know what I'm saying? That has if something ain't right, she going to turn up. You know what I mean? So you kind of need that type of wild card on the panel. But salute to Duchess though. I want to derail from that. Salute to Duchess. I thought she did a great job. Salute to the beautiful Rita. Rita always does a great job. It's always a breath of fresh air to see Rita. I want to see more from you, Rita. I want to see you do more battle rap content, bro. I don't want to see you just pop up when it's WOTY. Like get back to, I know championing like how it used to be, but yo, get your channel popping. Like I like hearing your perspective from battles, bro. Like I don't want to see the spaces. Like I want to see YouTube. Like I want to see you break down battles, talk about how you feel about cards and drama and shit. Like I don't know. I just like Rita's perspective. You know what I'm saying? I think she's like very, like I don't know if it's like the Philly's like slang or whatever. I don't know, but it's just like she gets my attention when she talks. Put it to you like that. Salute to Josh, you know what I mean? Josh was on the panel, you know what I mean? OTFMZ, I thought he did a really great job as far as, once again, giving pushback and adding balance to the card, and he's very knowledgeable when it comes to female battle rap. And big shout out to Hurricane Do. Do always, you know what I'm saying, brings her element of expertise, knows a lot about the culture, very, level-headed, but will also turn up on your ass if you get it fucked up or if you challenge something she says, you know what I mean? So I love what Dude brings. So I thought it was a great panel. And the thing was, like, it was the shortest, like, Cody, bro. Like, the last Cody's was like 4 or 5 hours long episodes. It was like 3 hours. It felt like they did it shorter than that. You know what I'm saying? I think by hour in, they were already at number 4. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I didn't see much like bashing besides Miss Hustle, and OG Spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people from his camp and that whole Hustle camp, that was a lot of where the complaining was from when I would listen to the Spaces and stuff like that. But salute to Jazz. You know, Jazz won. Salute to her manager. Pop. I seen not seen, but I listened to the spaces of them pretty much just the whole busy Bond situation, you know, with him, people not knowing who he was. I ain't gonna lie, I did tweet, I didn't know who the fuck he was till I saw his face and I saw the clip, and I was like, I did see that battle, and I did like that battle. That was a good battle between Jazz and Busy Bond. That was a good battle. But I do agree when people say, when people make comments to say Busy is the Tay Rock in London as what Tay Rock is in the US, I don't like those type of comparisons, because if you're gonna hold this battler from the UK to that type of standard, then why isn't he on any of the champions? I mean, the Codys. You know what I mean? He's none of them. You know what I mean? So like, if he's this high prestigious battler, I like more people should know who he is. Like, we know who Shotty Horror is. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. We know who Shotty Horror is. But this guy here, like, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, Jazz brought a lot of notoriety to him, and I've seen him making his way to different media platforms and people going and checking out his battles, seeing he battled Lou Castro and a couple of other people and things of that nature. So I thought it was dope. Like, she brought a lot of awareness. There was a dope spaces that got held between UK media, UK battlers, USA battlers and media. I thought it was a really, really dope conversation. I'm trying to actually find that spaces, but I don't know whose space it was being held on. It might have been Tati, but I can't remember. But like I said, I didn't see too much complaining. A lot of people kind of, it was kind of unanimous. Like, Jazz won pretty much like all of the performance of the night, like, you know, the side awards. She pretty much cleaned house with those. Like, you know what I mean? I think it was pretty evident. She just seemed like she wanted it more out of all the girls. She wanted it more. She did more. She said she spent like $1,500 on promo. That 30 for 30 she did of why I'm WOTY. She spent $1,500 on editing clips and stuff like that. That's dedication right there, bro. That's dedication, man. You know what I mean? But salute to Jazz, salute to Coffee. You know what I mean? Coffee came in number 2. Coffee had a lot of support. You know what I mean? Like, as far as fan votes, Jazz had number 1 and Coffee was number 2. You know what I mean? So salute to those ladies, man. Salute to all the ladies that were on the card. You know what I mean? I always spoke my piece about who I felt shouldn't be on the card and things of that nature. So we're not going to really, you know, get into that too much. But I just want to just address, you know, some of the comments that I heard from Miss Hustle, bro. And my thing is this, right? I get it, bro. You want to be this villain. You taking on the villain role. But why are you acting so oblivious when people don't like you? But then you'll say in the same breath, you don't give a fuck if people don't like you. But you're like, oh, you don't like me. You don't like me. Oh, you're biased. Like, where was this energy last year when you won? Hurricane Dude said, like, I didn't like you. I wanted to fight you. She gave it up. She didn't vote biasly. She gave you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's been on the panel has some sort of, you know what I'm saying, like friendship or rapport, closer rapport with a battler. Like, these people are hand selected. They have integrity. They're trusted. Like, come on, bro. Like, a lot of discrediting from you. I heard you tell the whole fucking panel to eat a dick. You was like, I ain't got no problem with the battlers, but the whole panel can eat a dick because you felt that they didn't represent you right in the debate. I just thought that shit was very corny, bro. And my thing is just like, I see people coming up on that, people that were on the WOTY panel, they were interacting with her, but I don't know, maybe I missed it, but like, did somebody check her for that language? Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. You wonder why people don't like you. You wonder why people feel some type of way about you. You even said it, like, there's people on the panel that you violated, that you told them to SMD. So why would they vote for me? Exactly. But a lot of them have integrity. They're not gonna like sacrifice their brand and their morals. They're gonna vote if you had, you know, the better career or the better, you know what I'm saying, battles, whatever the case may be, then you're WOTY. They can put their pride and, you know what I'm saying, their personal opinions to the side and vote objectively because they've been doing it for years with no problem. But my thing is just like, bro, like you you invite people to this type of rhetoric, and then you wonder why motherfuckers don't like you. So don't get into spaces and start crying and talking about people have favoritism, people have relationships with people on the panel. No, bro. Like you have the same relationships as everybody else. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of you playing this victim shit when something don't go your way, something is said, or somebody don't like you, or somebody doesn't prefer your battle, or they think less of your battle. You take it as a personal attack, and you go and you just violate, say the most outrageous shit out your mouth with no consequences. With no consequences, man. And I see why certain people, you know what I mean, don't even want to participate in WOTY, bro, because it's like, bro, who wants to deal with that? Who wants to be put in a fire like that to the point where now I got to do something when I see this person for disrespecting me publicly when I did nothing to disrespect them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's just so dumb and weak, bro. And I'm telling you, and that's part of the reason why you did not win WOTY. Had you would have carried yourself with a little bit more respect and dignity and a little bit more class, you would have had just as much fan vote as Jazz and Coffee, because you have the accolades, you have the battles. You know what I'm saying? You're a phenomenal rapper. Like you possess all the intangibles to like be WOTY, but you just have a fucking nasty attitude. And that shit is never going to work in your favor. It's never going to work in your favor. You making enemies with so many people. And then when certain accolades or awards are in the hands of certain individuals that I done violated this person before, this person don't like me. Then you on pins and needles. You worry. You scared. You wouldn't have that problem, sweetheart, if you just knew how to fucking talk to somebody. You can voice your frustration if you don't like something that was said on the panel, but you don't have to discredit motherfuckers, bro. Like, you don't gotta disrespect people. I just don't like that shit, bro. And I wish more people would call her out on that, man, and not let that shit slide. Like, oh, it's just hustle. Like, nah, man, that shit ain't cool, bro. Like, this is a respectful platform that's been ran for years, bro. Going on like 4 or 5 years. Come on, bro. You could voice how you upset. You could voice how you don't feel this opinion matched with this opinion. But as far as disrespecting them, I just feel like there ain't no place for that, bro. It's not warranted at all. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I was about to say some crazy shit, but I just caught myself. I just caught myself. I just called myself, man. I just wanted to just say that shit, bro, because I'm just tired of this shit, bro. And on the real shit, this is the last WOTY. Hustle talking about she want to be on the panel. Do not put Miss Hustle on the fucking panel, please. Please do not. If Miss Hustle's on, I'm not donating. That's toxic energy. You don't want that energy on the panel. Salute to Coffee. I'm very upset and disappointed that you're forfeiting your year for WOTY because you have a classic with Prestavia. Low key, maybe get a little bit more time. That A Ward and Coffee battle might be a C word. It might be. It's too early, but it's a really, really great battle. But you're just forfeiting your year to be on WOTY. I don't know how I feel about that, Coffee, but I get it. You want to make sure there's some type of fair representation when it comes to the females as a rapper, and I respect that. You know, I respect that. You already have a belt, so you may be like, you know what? I'm gonna forfeit mines to open up another opportunity for like a new girl. I think that'd be dope. That'd be you know something. That'd be dope to see all the top tiers that already have a belt like pull themselves out of the race, you know, and open it up for girls, top tier girls that don't have a belt, or mid tier girls to really step their shit up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Just let me know what y'all feel about that, man, in the comment section, man. How did you guys feel about WOTY, and what do you feel about, you know, the criteria? Do you think they need to add some things to it, or do they need to take out some things? You know, let me know just overall what y'all feel about it, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like, follow me on all social media platforms at AceIsWorking. It's your boy Acito. I'm out of here. Peace.